Topic of today's video is how I blew over $10,000. Yes, how I blew over $10,000. So I guess I'll set the scene. It's about January 2022. So looking back, this is almost 3 years ago. Basically, I moved out of my parents' house when I was like 18, 19, back in 2019. And then once the COVID happened and everything like that, I moved back to my parents' house for like around a year-ish, a little over a year. And then once I turned 21 a couple months later, which is January 2022, I'm going to school. So I'm like, you know, I want to get a 1-bedroom apartment. I want to be on my own schedule. You know, I can walk to class or whatever, you know. I still had my car and everything like that, but it was just more convenient. You know, I wanted my own space, you know. Felt like I was missing something. I wanted a 1-bedroom apartment so bad because at my first apartment complex back in 2019, I had a couple roommates. One of them was my best friend who passed away. Long live Kendall, you know what I'm saying? He always with me. Sure, I know he'd be proud of me, but so I'll find a nice, probably the nicest 1-bedroom apartment at the college in my city that you can find. At the time, it was around like $830 a month before like utilities, so around $900 or $1,000 after everything. I think now they're charging like $900 or $1,000 before everything else, so the price has gone up because of inflation. But so I signed my lease, right? So I move in January. I'm like hyped up, and I can like, I'll probably find some type of videos or pictures in my Snapchat memories of the apartment. But it's a nice crib, and like I low-key like wanted to get this apartment so I could like create content, because I first had like the thought of starting a YouTube channel in like January 2022, and I wish I would have started then. I didn't start till 2023 April or May. I think May or June 2023. So I really only been doing it a year, so I really wish I would have started sooner, but it's all good. But so I get this nice crib, a 1-bedroom, washer, dryer, updated appliances, nice little countertops, nice sized bedroom on the 3rd floor. Oh man, I miss that crib. Some days I'll be like, man, I should sign another lease. Long story short, man, I'm going to school full time and I'm working part-time. That's where I messed up. So I did have, you know, a good amount of money saved up, you know, in advance for rent, stuff like that. But I didn't really take into consideration that I'm not working full time. So at the time, I think I was only making like $250 a week or something like that just from my job, because I was taking 5-6 classes. So I really didn't have time to work like that. So I'm really only making around my rent money. Plus I gotta buy food, plus I gotta buy gas, plus I do, you know, buy other stuff. So my money is losing. I'm not saving any money. Like I didn't save any money the whole time I was there. And I was there like a year and a half, which really kind of set me back at the time. I'm back good now, but set me back at the time, you know, with my finances, you know, my financial situation where I was standing. But so I'm blowing the bag on rent. I think I was there like 15 or 16 months, and I did the calculations, and that was like $15,000 that I just blew on rent. And I didn't have to, you know what I'm saying? And the issue wasn't solely that it was a 1-bedroom apartment, but the main issue was that I wasn't working full time. So if I wanted, you know, a crib, I should have either been working more hours or I should have got a roommate. So you know, my rent could be $700-800, you know, after everything $600, after everything $600. So that is one lesson that I hope you guys learn from this, is to make sure you like thoroughly like plan out, write all the logistics. If you don't know what logistics means, it means like the numbers, the angles, the everything. Pinpoint everything that could go wrong, pinpoint all the numbers, how much you're going to spend, how many months, all your utilities, your grocery bills. You know, it's literally check your bank account statements and see like how much money am I spending a month, like so you can know. Because when you see like that written down like on a piece of paper in front of you, like it hits different. Like 21 Savage, he was like, if you want to start, you know, managing your money, write down on a piece of paper how much you make and then write down all your expenses. And I'm thinking like, I already know how much I spend, but like once you literally see it like in like physical format, you're like, it is different than just like thinking in your brain, you know. Like I see the amount of money coming out of my bank account and I want to keep as much money in my bank account as possible. So yeah, man, and I thought, you know, at this time, it was, you know, my best friend passed away like a few months before or whatever, and I was just kind of going through a lot in life, and I didn't take into consideration that you can take losses too while you're, you know, paying all these bills. So I think like 2 weeks after I moved into the apartment, and this is a whole separate video on my main channel, but I crashed my car. So I had to buy a whole new car like 2 weeks later, and I was just taking hit after hit, a lot of financial, a lot of mental losses. I caught COVID like a week after that. I couldn't work for 2 weeks, so no money coming in for 2 weeks. So make sure when, and not saying it's just an apartment, but or for just an apartment, but make sure, like, you know, if you're going to buy a nice expensive car, or you want to buy a nice expensive watch, or you want to take a big trip, $2,000, $1,000 trip, make sure that you have money, like backup money, in case some things can go wrong. Like more than enough, like have enough money to fix a solution and have enough money left over. Don't just have enough money to go on a trip and then you miss your flight on the way back and you gotta buy a new plane ticket and you only have $50 in your bank account. So that also happened to me when I went to Atlanta. Not the money part, but me and Mark's life. As this is another video, it's a story time, but long story short, we missed our flight on the way back. Had to book another hotel, book another flight, take an Uber 30 minutes away, 30 minutes back, like return the rental car. We rented a Tesla late, paid another $100 for the late fee. So make sure you have all your ducks in a row is what I'm saying. So to get back to the title of this video, this is how I blew over $10,000 just on rent, like some dumb. And the thing with rent is you're renting, so you're putting up all this money. Like looking back, I should have just bought a home. Not bought a home, but like bought a condo or bought like a duplex, something like that, because you can get money back from it or you can gain money back from it. You know, like the only thing about buying a home or, you know, buying a duplex or a property is you have to put the 20% down. So I would have to initially put, you know, at least 10,000, 15,000 down, and then, you know, pay a little, my mortgage, however much that is, 800 or 1,000. But if I want to move out, then I can sell it for more or for less, and I can get that percentage of money back. It's kind of like money in the bank. Buying a home is kind of like money in the bank, because if you buy a house right now, I guarantee if you buy it in the right area, the equity will definitely go up, you know, within the next couple years. So it is kind of money in the bank. But the only, you know, downside to getting a home or stuff like that, properties, is you're kind of like more so stuck with it. You know, I know people buy houses every day, but let's say I'm renting out this apartment and I get a new job or I want to move, I can just sign this, pay a little late fee, $500, $1,000, and be on my way. I don't have like that same attachment to it, you know. But right now, I still don't think it's a good time to buy a home right now. I don't plan on buying a home no time soon. I feel like people, which, you know, renting is a waste of money. Obviously, as you can see, the point of this video, I blew over $15,000 just on rent. Like, yeah, just on rent is crazy. But you know, you live and you learn. And you know, I wanted a 1-bedroom apartment so bad, and I thought it was gonna be so self-fulfilling, and then when I got it, you know, it just didn't hit the same. I'm like, dang, like, did I really want this? You know, like, there's a lot of responsibility. I got to work hard to maintain this. You know, a lot of people don't understand, like, they want to be millionaires so bad. They want to be up 6 figures. They want to be this and that. But, like, you don't understand that millionaire has to work hard every day to maintain that. Like, money can be gone like that. There's $1 million cars, $1 million houses. Like, money can be gone like that, any amount. So you have to work hard to maintain it, to save it, to preserve it, to invest it, all that, man. So getting back to like what I was saying, man, I'm not really working too much, so I'm just, every month my bank account is just getting lower and lower. I'm like, dang, like what do I do, literally? So I'm like, you know, it's whatever. I got enough money to pay my bills. I still got money in the safe or whatever, but I'm not saying I regret it. Obviously, if I could, I would do things differently, but that's the thing about life. You can't even have regrets because you can't change nothing from the past. So why would I even like think about, you know, if things were different? So you got to kind of just look at it as like, it is what it is. That's how I look at everything. It is what it is. And it happened for a reason. It made me who I am today. Now, with $10,000 or $15,000, I'll know what to do with it. I'll know what to spend it on. I know I wouldn't spend it just on rent right now. I'm not gonna pay $1,500 in rent if I'm only making $2,000 a month. That's a very bad decision. So make sure you have your ducks in a row, man. Another thing, don't feel rushed to move out of your parents' house. We are living in crazy times right now. Housing market is crazy. Car market's crazy. Jobs are playing right now. Jobs don't want to pay a lot right now. Jobs are firing people left and right. It's very different times. I don't know how old your guys' parents are, but it's very different times than when our parents, or at least my parents, were growing up. You know, rent was way cheaper back then. Houses were way cheaper back then. How I like to put it is, we're living in the most expensive time, but we're living in the easiest time to get rich. So that's why I recommend you guys invest. I recommend you guys watch YouTube, read books, start creating content, because pretty soon a lot of these jobs will be replaced by robots, by AI, and inflation is just going to keep going up and up, and it's going to keep going up, but the job, the salary, wages aren't going to keep going up with it. It's going to go up, but at the rate, you know what I'm saying, it's not going to be well proportioned. So pretty soon it's going to be rich and poor. There's not going to be any middle class. It's going to be the people who are business owners, content creators, or investors, and then there's going to be everybody else. So, you know, I don't mean to scare anybody, but that is how the next 50 to 100 years, 30 years is looking. So you know, I just hope you guys make the right decision. Don't wait till it's too late. So that's why I got the clothing brand. I got YouTube going. I got a couple YouTube channels, like I said, but I'm trying to get into stocks, things like that, but I'm trying to take it slow and really master something before, you know, I try to put too many ducks in a row. But all in all, man, before you make big purchases, it doesn't just have to be rent, doesn't just have to be a car. Make sure you have enough money in case there's an emergency and enough money to do regular things once you get back, you know. So I try not to buy anything unless I can buy it at least like 4 times. I feel like if you can buy it at least 4 times, for the most part, you're good. Like to me, if you have $40,000 in your bank account, I think you can easily afford a $10,000 car and not trip over it. And that's some more free sauce too. I'm not against car notes, but I feel like unless you can for sure like easily pay your car note every month, you shouldn't get one. And I forgot what the ratio was, but they're like, you know, you should make 4 or 5 times the amount your car note is every month or something like that. But to me, I feel like it's really just better to buy cars in cash because, you know, yeah, it's more money up front, but let's say if I lose my job and I don't have any money in the bank account, how am I going to pay my car note? Now you're stuck. Now you can lose the car, you can get repoed, it can hurt your credit, you know what I'm saying, all types of stuff. Or if I lose my job, but I spent $2,000, $5,000, however much on a used car, which is what I did. I'm driving a used car right now. I spent like $4,000, $5,000 on it. Still have my car. I lost my job, but I still have my car. I don't have any pressure to keep up with anything. So that kind of goes back to, you know, splurging all that money on rent. Just make sure, you know, you're in the right position. That's all I'm saying. So I wouldn't call this a story time, but I guess this is like a little TED talk, how I blew my first $10,000, $15,000 in less than a year, a little over a year. Like stupid amount of money, you know. Looking back, I'm like, what was I doing? But you know, the good thing about money, they're printing it every day. You can always get more money, and you can always get more money faster. You know, I'm not worried. I'm gonna be a millionaire one day. I'm making my way there every day, getting closer to it. I hope you guys liked this video. Like, comment, subscribe, man. I was just, you know, sharing my insights, you know what I'm saying. I wish that's really what I do on this channel. I really like try to tell you guys stuff that I wish someone told me. Like, just try to look out for you guys. I don't want nothing back in return. I don't want no money or nothing. I just want you guys to, you know, subscribe, you know, watch the videos, like, comment, share them with your friends, all that, because there's so much negativity on social media. I'm trying to put more positive stuff on there. So, you know, shout out to Gillian Wallow, the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. They do a good job with that. You know, shout out to Who Casper. He also inspired me to start making videos like these, like motivational videos. So if you subscribe to my main channel, Legendary Rich, I definitely sprinkle it in there. You know, all my videos are pretty positive and entertaining, but still mature. And they're funny too, like they're entertaining. But this channel specifically is like the free game channel where I do sit down videos like this, or me walking around in the park, or I might have a special guest on here, kind of like a podcast vibe. Because that's how I started my YouTube channel first. I started with podcasts, and then I kind of got more comfortable with the camera and started vlogging. But you know, the podcasting is still, you know, one of my loves. And like I said, I love you guys, man. I appreciate all the support. I just want to help the world, you know. Even if this video only gets 100 views, if it gets 20 views, but that one person saw it and like it like sparked something in their brain and helped change their life and change their trajectory to be more successful, or to get more money, or to get their degree, or to start this business, or start this YouTube channel, or to start reading books, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, start helping their family out, you know, that's all that matters to me. So, you know, comment down below. These videos help, man. I really appreciate y'all. Let's keep going up, bro, to 100K. And yeah, man, shop with the brand too. We going crazy. And yeah, we out.
Link in bio for my clothing brand website, Real Legendary Status. Go copy some drip, man, Drip Star, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, let's go.